Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Space Engineers No Jetpack Survival Take 3 because it crashed the first 2 times I've tried to actually do this. So fingers crossed everybody, legs crossed, everything crossed. Hopefully this stays working. I'm going to save at frequent intervals anyway, just in case. So this time we're back to building our ship. We took a little excursion last time to make sure that we had the materials we need to build those reactors. We've got them now, so we're going to build up our reactors, and then we're going to work on getting a bit more thrust on here. And I'm going to open my visor as well and put the lights on. Reactors are all the way around the sort of rear of the midsection over here. And we've got a couple of welders on, so we're actually going to put these on now. So they're going to attempt to build, but I don't think they're going to get very far because we are missing a few components. Let's have a little look. Yeah, we're missing 2,000 reactor components. We've got some superconductors being built. I think our autocrafting should stay on top of those, so they'll eventually get done. We need to get a couple of reactor components on our system, I think. So let's have a look. Right. If I go inventory, no, if I go control panel and then find autocrafting 2. Okay, we're missing our reactor components thing on here, so I'm just going to try adding them on here. Right, production, let's assemble a bunch of reactor components, I guess. Let's do 1,000. That's half of one of them. So it's not adding it in. So I think reactor components are one of those things we're going to have to just manually do. So we put 1,000 to production. I need to put another 3,000. And that should ensure that these get completely welded up. Okay, we'll just let that do its thing. Right, the next thing we need is thrust. We've got thrust pointing down. We're going to need a bit more of that. Probably another 8 of those. We're also going to need thrust pointing back, but I think we do the down first. So where are we going to put these? Originally, I think we were going to put them towards the side here. There's going to be some like big thrust nacelles. But the down thrust is generally going to have to be in this direction. So we can actually use the bottom of these. 1, 2, them. These won't have any ports on the bottom, so we won't use them. But we can put 4 in there. Now it's 2 thrusters just to maintain altitude at 1.2 G per million kilograms of ship. Now, if I remember right, our ship is going to be probably around about the 5 or 6 million kilogram mark. At the moment, we're at 2.3. So we can easily double this at least. So 2.3, well, if we say 5, maybe 6, we're going to need at least 12 downward facing thrusters in order to just stay put. And then we need a few more to be able to accelerate up. So we're going to need at least another 8. So on the bottom of there, I think we put 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. That's another 4. Probably going to have to leave a space so that we can put some floor in between them. Then we're going to have to find room for another 4. But we can put those as part of the pack at the back here. So we'll put 4 in there. We're going to have to go underneath to do all this. We're just going to have to trust that they're going to finish themselves off. Yeah, so reactor components doesn't seem to be a automatic thing anymore. It's a bit odd. Right. So 4's there already. At some point as well, we're going to have to deal with that. That's not accessible unless I jump for it, and I don't really want that. Maybe we do that now. Hang on. Let's have a look at... do you know what? I'm not going to be able to access it. Down. I'm going to need to be able to access... Right, we'll do that later because I'm going to need to access that to see how I set the settings up so I can replicate it. Right. So here, yeah, see what I mean there? We're going to need to put like an interface between there and the thingy. Right. So let's get an armoured conveyor in there. Oh, actually, no, let's just get a normal one. Yeah, let's get some normal ones in there. I'm going to need access to cargo. You can do that here. Yeah, I can do it here, actually. I heard something. It sounded like a crash then. Either that's thunder or some random sound, or I am hearing things. No, that's thunder. We have to get away from that. That would be... Thunder here is absolutely devastating. And it's right on top of me right now. Let's get rid of that. Go around to level 1 where our storm shelter bit is. Because here we're underground and we can't be hit by the nasty storm thing. It's also a sealed environment, so we are safe here. Because the door upstairs at the top of that shaft is fine, as long as it doesn't get struck. Electrical storm. Well, that put a bit of a kink in our plans. But we can't be outside in this because of flying debris, lightning strikes, all of that. We've got all the damage turned on right now, so it's not too much fun. I think our ship should be safe. Unless we get unlucky and have a strike come through there and hit the ship. So we'll keep one eye on it. We've got decoys on the roof. They're going to be helping, but they're also going to be... Well, that one's dead. That one's probably still functional. We have to wait this one out. Let's go and have a sit down. Okay, so we're just waiting this storm out. Hopefully it ends soon. Can't really be spending too much time down here. Although on the upside, we're getting a ton of power out of this. Ugh. 82.9. Still electric storm. Looking less foggy now. So it must be passing over. They've definitely fixed the weather. That's a good thing. Oh, it's clear now. Right, nice. Might still hear the odd rumble of thunder in the distance, but let's go up. Clear blue skies. Once again. That's fantastic. Right, let's carry on what we were doing. It's Halloween at the moment. I've not done anything special for it because I know that these things usually turn into a shocking show anyway, so there wasn't really much point. Right, let's carry on with these and we'll deal with... Yeah, they're still going. That's good. Is that one done yet? That looks done. Okay. So we're on this one now. We'll just have to see if that gets done by itself. Right, so we've put one of them things there. I want another one on here. And then we want that one on there. And that one on there. This will form the interface that sits between all the rest of those. So I need to get up there to weld them, but to do that I need to get some steel plate, which I might not have room for. We'll have to see. Yeah. It's not letting me because I've got stuff for these in. Okay. I'm gonna have to one thing at a time. I am literally just gonna have to one thing at a time and put all that stuff back. Get enough materials to do something with this. And then we're gonna have to come up there. So I'm gonna have to just build this across, I think. No point doing it all over again from the beginning. Yeah, that'll do. We'll do the same on here. Yeah, okay. So now we need enough materials for 4 of these. Can I even get close enough? Ah. We'll have to build these out a bit. Right, okay. Not ideal. We'll put... Yeah, we'll just do that. I'm going to have to remove them before I actually put the flight area on. The flight area? The thrusters. Sorry, it's been a bit of a long evening already. I've not even got much done yet. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I've not got a lot done yet because the game's kept crashing on me, so I've done a little bit of a tweak to my computer to just make it a little easier for me. No, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, so I've reverted back to an older BIOS settings just to see if that works. I want access to that. Can I get it from there? No, I can't. I'm gonna have to put a little ramp on. Okay. Don't need you anymore. Right. Did I do that on the other side? Yeah, I did. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying before I rudely interrupted my own brain by trying to think, it's been a bit tricky trying to get this filmed because things aren't working the way they should be. Well, they weren't. Now they are, but it's taken about 3 attempts to get this done, and it actually crashed while I was filming while the thunderstorm happened. So technically, this is a part of take number 4 now, something like that. Right. Anyway, so I've got that in there now. I think I need to put. Jeez, this is really, really tall. These aren't going to work. Too big. That particular model is way too big. We're gonna have to go back to... Yeah, we're just gonna have to stick with these, unfortunately. Because they're storm inbound. Another thing, it doesn't rain, but it pours. It's like, give me a break just for 5 minutes, please. Right, so we're gonna need some sort of welder system on these. I think we put them on the inside where it's a bit safer. Naturally things want to target welders, but you know. 5, right. So we can put them literally like that. No, not like that. No. Yes, like that. I could put that there ready. Yeah, like that. Now I just need to get to them to weld them up. To weld up our welders. Is that gonna... Yeah, that'll be alright. Okay, so that gets me to where I need to be. Right, so let's do... Well, let's put the thrusters on this side at least. I'm able to place. Why? Why? Just take these out for a minute. Right, I want you to go on there. You clearly don't want to go there. No? Really? Oh, do you know what? I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. I think it's... I think they're slightly in the way because the ship's not quite aligned to the main grid anymore, so it's slightly overlapping. And that actually means I need to place my welder in there now at least. 5. Okay. Duh. Yep. Yes. Okay, so we need to weld that up at least. And I don't have any more ports to use. I have to go down and get rid of resources to build that. So I'm not going to reach that, am I? Maybe I will if I put a little ramp there. Yes. I'm not going to try welding the whole thing up. Okay, just need to do that and then I can switch you on and watch you do the rest of it eventually. Oh, of course it can't. I'm an actual idiot. It can't because it gets the resources from... Nah. Okay, I'll chuck the resources in from the ground and the welder can just do the welding bit while I run back and forth. Okay. That's something, I suppose. We're going to have to put the welder... I'm going to put the welder on here now. 5. It's going to go there. I have to actually weld that up. Okay. Sorry. I'm just kind of hoping this episode is going to be a little bit more productive. So far so good, but like it's just a bit more fiddly than I ideally wanted it to be. So right, let's see if that's enough to get this on. No, of course it isn't. Of course it's not. Okay, let's try again now. Of course you go now. That's fine. Right. Let's come down. I do have a lifter thing up there that I can bring up if I really need to get to parts, and I've also got... Well, I could also build a little welding ship or something. Okay, so I need to weld those two welders up as well. Okay, let's do this the more normal way, because these are harder to get to now. So 1, 2, I don't know why I did it that way. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to try and go up there. Ow. No, it didn't actually hurt. Just, he's a wimp. Okay. Hey, the joys of doing no jetpack, you know. Can't just fly around and do stuff. I brought it on myself. Okay. Turn you on. And get away from the end. Turn you on. I'm going to have to name them at some point. Can't just leave them like that. But for now, we're in a rush to get stuff done. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, it's a lot of back and forth now. So, we're just going to run back and forwards, get the materials we can, and let the welders do the rest. I think there's one I've not turned on. Probably that one. Sorted. Right. Okay. We're just going to keep doing this until we've got all the materials in. Unfortunately, there's no easier way to do it. If I can get one done, I might be able to pipe the welders together, actually. You can add a bit of visual intrigue to that part of the ship. Come on. I mean, in theory, the ship has enough thrust to lift off right now. Just about. I just want to make sure it's able to properly fly. Our test flight that we're going to do on our anniversary, which is the weekend closest to the 11th of November, or something like that, it's not going to be a big fly around. It's literally just going to be a can it take off? Can it hold itself in the air? Get some idea of the fuel, fuel usage. Get some idea of like what excess lift we have, and then put it back down and dock again. That's all we really need to do. So we need these. We need stabilization thrusters, laterals and stuff to stop it drifting away. We need forward and back thrust. So we do need a full complement of thrusters. But we don't necessarily need to be fully ready to have a whiz around. Oh, don't get too close to that. Turn you off. Let's turn all these off. Right. So I've done that one now, so I need to now bridge these two together. And then that'll handle the next one. So I think we're going to use these sorts of pipes because I think these can be visible. I think it'd be kind of cool. It'd be pretty awesome actually, yeah. So I think I want to go with an end. One end and another end. And then a not end in the middle. Yeah. Ooh, do we tee it and come across here so they join together? All this scaffolding that we're using to get around the ship, we'll keep some of it in because it'll no doubt become essential at some point soon. But, whatever. Okay, I need a T. T-junction, yes. There we go. And another one there. Then we need a flanged one. Then a couple of ordinary ones in there. That's going to handle that one. Fantastic. I've just lost my access port for the next one. Damn it. So we'll go down, we'll get those resources and I'll fix that up and then it'll all work. I'm a bit special, aren't I? Honestly, right now, I don't care anymore about things not, well, going well, because that's kind of how it's been all evening, so it'll be what it is. We'll get more of this. I'll just jump off there. If it hurts, it hurts. Come on. Going. Right. Now this ship isn't necessarily going to be 100% symmetrical. That's a bit boring. So, oh yeah, there we go. Right, so there's our new thrusters in with their welders. I think we are gonna have to name these at some point soon. I think, can I do that now? Yeah. I'm just gonna call it thruster, welder. I'm just gonna call them thruster welder, to be honest. What we'll probably do is once the ship is pretty much complete, we'll go through them all and do some proper naming. We are going to have the whole damage map thing, so we won't have to guess where things are broken or missing. We should be able to easily see it on the map and then go and sort of replace the component or fix it. The names of the components will just help us know what part we're looking for in that area, so it just makes things a bit easier. Oh, that's welded itself up, hasn't it? Fighting it, right. Okay, good. Don't really want all of that in these gaps because they're going to get a bit in the way, so let's bring this back like we did with the other. It's a bit too close anyway. Okay, that's good. Right, so that's 4 more thrusters, which brings us up to 8, 9, 10 and 12. So there's 12 big down thrusters. That's good for 6 million kilograms hovering. It should be good to lift up. Well, it's more than enough to lift up what we've got now, but there's obviously a lot more ship to build. So this is probably going to double in mass. So if it doubles in mass, it will get to about 5 million, which this will lift fine. If we fill the cargoes, then we're going to get much heavier than that, and then we can't lift it, so we're going to need more down thrust for sure. Space in between there is only, what, 1, 2 blocks, so we can't really fit another large one in there, but we could fit some ions in. We could put a couple of large ones in here. Are these all lined up the same? Oh, inadvertently they are. That's a bit weird. I did not necessarily mean to do that. Okay, so we could put a couple more thrusters on the end of there, actually. I wonder if they'll weld up automatically. Let's have a look. 8, 7. That's in the way again. Okay, this scaffolding is going to have to come down, I think. Thank you.
Energy low.
Nice. Okay, we'll get our energy in a minute. I'm just going to try this little experiment first. So, well, we have an answer. They don't weld themselves up. Not there anyway, so nope, that's a big nope for now. I'm wondering if we put them in a little bit at this point. Like have them literally next to that thing there. Can I put it there? If I put it there, I'm sure I can pipe that in. I'm able to place it because there's nothing to attach it to there. Okay. If I put it up one, then it's going to be causing trouble with where the floor's going to be. Okay. Oh, we should have it in the middle. I should change out that. To an X. To X. That's it. Nope. Of course, I don't have the materials for that. Let's go get them. Energy's at 20. Fuel's... Oh, the food's getting low as well. I have to do a bit of an eat and sit thing in a minute. Right, that's good. So now, so it's 8, 7, bam. And we've got 2 welders capable of welding this up now. And that just puts things a little bit over the top. Oh god, turn you off. Good, right. So, yeah, that just puts things just a little bit over the top. So, that's now 13 thrusters. Unlucky number 13. We could put another one in here. Maybe space it and put it there so I can pipe that straight down into it. What is that? Don't even know what that is. Yeah. So the back of it's going to be largely thruster stuff. So I think we place another block in between these two and like a welder. Actually, we could, that's a good spot for a welder actually. 7, 7, 8. No, 8's the welder. Yep. 5. Bang. There we are. Place it that way around. That's a really good spot for a welder actually. It's also a really good spot that I can't reach. Okay. I know I need energy still, so we are going to get to it. Can I reach that from up? No, I can't reach that from there, so I need to get up to 3 blocks. Okay. There we are. No way I'm going to reach that. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. I definitely can't go as long as I wanted to tonight because of the setbacks I've had, but we'll get an hour out of this. It just won't be as compressed. Okay, good. Right, so now this all needs to come down. And now I can put a thruster on the end of that, which will then later pipe in. So, nice big one again. Da-da. And then turn you on. Name it.
Energy low.
Right, energy's low. It's not saying critical yet, so we've got a bit of room. So yeah, I need to pipe that to there with a solid one so that we can get some floor across here. Which is good. That'll work. So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more on top of the 8 we had before, so it's 14. I think that's probably enough large thrust. If we need any more, we can put some small thrust in places, a few little packs. We're going to need side thrusts on. We've got loads of spaces we can put some side thrusts on. I don't really want... Well, we're going to have a big sort of section on the side here with rooms and things in it. But I think the kind of thrusters I want in this side section are going to be electric. They're going to be the ions. Around the back here, I think we'll put the side thrusts on. The hydrogen ones, anyway.
Energy critical.
Okay, now we're critical. I do have to get inside. Probably do a little seat in here or something. Energies. Right, let's do foods as well. We're going to eat another one. Let's get this up. Right, so back outside, I think. Not take the elevator. It's getting foggy. Visor, I think. Right. Okay. Hopefully the breathing's not too big a problem for you. It's essential right now. We might be able to breathe through this, actually. Depends what kind of storm's coming in. If the wind starts picking up, I might have to get inside, otherwise I'm going to get hit by a lot of debris. Right, so the backs of these are going to have to be some sort of thrusters. How do we want to do the lateral thrusters, the main sort of sideways manoeuvring ones? I don't know if having big ones is a good idea, because you can just lose them very quickly, in space anyway. Having a large amount of little ones might be better, like a large strip right across the side of the ship. Could be a lot better. We could run a pipe right the way across here with lots of lots of T-junction things. And run just a big long line of small thrusters right off them all the way across into this sort of side nacelle area. I'd have to have it stick out far enough for that, so I'd probably have to start it at this end, bring it out, maybe here actually, somewhere around here, possibly. How far back do we want to start? Ow, gone. Yeah, I'm not sure how far back we want to start these. Is there a hole in the floor? There is, actually. I don't think that's what got me, but there's a hole in the floor. No, there isn't. Okay. Where would be good to start the back of this? Probably... yeah, probably about here. Bring it right back. About as far as that nacelle thing's going to go, and just have a long line of small thrusters for coming off that. Yeah. Right, let's go up to that area. Keep our visor open until I start taking damage. These don't... I don't know if these even have welders on them. Might have to deal with that at some point. I think we're going to have to put some welders on these thrusters eventually. Right, so that's the back of the ship, that's the front of the ship, and I was proposing that we take it from about here. It's either, yeah, because a lot of the front of this, where this floor is, I kind of want the sides to be rooms. But from here on the way, all the way back is kind of functional stuff. So, if let's see. Right, so if I take that as a guide, there's a port there. Let's see what's on the other side. So taking the top of that floor there, no. These are slightly misaligned. Should be one over, but it can't because of the way that works. So, we'd have to come out one on the other side. If we want to stay symmetrical, that is. So we'd have to take it from here. That's tricky. Right, let's try it. So, take you out from there. We're just gonna... I can't really... I could do it with that. With an X shape. I could probably do it with a T shape as well. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, if I do it with a T shape... Right. And that's going to solve a problem here, because a lot of this is piped from this end here. And it goes down here, through that hole, into this, and then stops. There is no return path, so if that end one gets cut off, all of this ends up without. So if I can come out of here and go all the way down and come back into one of those at the back there, joining up maybe these on the way, so it has to be at that height, I think. It's just going to have to be a bit higher than that, I think. Eee. So things get a bit interesting. It's got to be at the height of the top of that. Yeah, if it's going to come back in at that point, yeah, for sure. Do we swap that out for an X? No, for an all-rounder. Yeah. So we have to go up one anyway. Either that or we come up here. Up and then back out. It's going to get messy. So that doesn't quite line up. It'd be better if this was one higher. I think the other one might be one higher. Okay. A lot of debating going on as to how we do this exactly. So I've got to put this as one of them. We'll just have to do something on the bottom of that. Okay. Bottom of that we'll fix later, and that side, and this side. Because there's no way, unfortunately, to go in there and up at the same time without doing this. So, right. Does that go any higher than this? No. Well, it comes down there to nowhere. Which we're going to have to sort out at some point soon. We're going to have to make that come all the way around here. Otherwise, that's bad. Okay. So, out the top of there, we're going to have to come across and down with a lot of T-junctions. So, temporarily, I think I need to put just some means of getting a bit higher. Yeah, that's better. I've got a good vantage point here. Ooh, actually, that might have been a better spot. So that's the same on both sides. Okay. I'm going to take that apart again. And to put a little, our normal little junction-y thing in there. Right, this solves the problem anyway, because it comes around through here and it needs this bit here, needs access to that in order to power, well, fuel it from both sides. So here, yeah, on both sides. Is it level? Yes, it is. That's still not built. We need to put more things to production. Production. That's components. Now we're doing it. Good. Right. So, yeah, this is going to have to come out of here and go that way. I think it's going to have to be a little bit of pipe here, but I feel like That's floor. Wall is going to be on the outside of this. So 1 pipe, pipe, not pipe. Yeah. How far out do we want to go? Because we want our little nacelle things in there as well. This is the point where we have to decide that. I think this is going to have to be like a door. So I'm going to put a little lock in there. And I'm going to put at least one more on the side of it. Okay. So we're overhanging by 1. I think to make it legitimately cool, we have to overhang by 1 more. But I'm not going to put that bit of wall in yet. There's another port right there. I think. This is going to be interesting. Okay. So I think we come out about this far. So that was going to be a door there. This is going to be a wall. So we come out this far. We terminate out at a solid conveyor. And then we put the thruster on the outside of that, and then we sort of alcove that in. Yeah. Okay. Gives me an idea at least, anyway. So we need to start off with some pipey pipes things. I'm going to do this as a T because I might want to come across to there as well, just to give it a bit of redundancy. So start that with a T, and then want a straight pipe. Yes, and another one with a flanged end on it. Yes, and then we need a armoured one. Straight armoured. No, it's got to be a T. So we're going to carry this line across, so using the armoured ones. That way. No, the first one's not going to be a T, is it? First one's going to be a C. Like that. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Right, so that's the start of it. Now I've got to go and do the other side. Still getting on with this thing. Right, so what did we do here? Well, first thing I need to do is just build my way up here, so then I can get out of there. Go 2 out from here, I think. 1. There. Okay. Right. Good, that's what we wanted to do there. And then what we did is we did a T here. Yep. Then we went straight flanged end. Then a armored conveyor. C shape. That way. Right. Okay, so that's that. I'm not going to pipe this straight across, because if I pipe it straight across now, we'd have to decide what we're going to do wall-wise around here. I'm not certain if it's going to be here, which can't really be, because that's an exit, I think. One of these is anyway. That's a door there. There's an exit there. So I can't just wall across there. So the wall's probably going to have to be here, and then rejoin there. There's a lot of maybes going on here at the moment, so we're going to have to work that out. But for now, that's where we're going to start. Come on, can I get up there? Well, usually you can with these. That's in my eye. Right, let's try getting up there. Come on, actually I should save it first. I've just done quite a bit of stuff. Right. No, come on. Oh. Oof. That was a bit risky. We're out of stuff again. How much do I need? I need another 236 bits. Okay, production. Oh, are we out of materials for them? No, we're not. 231, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. I've got to somehow get all of it. Oh, yeah, okay, I can get up here, can't I? Right. So, what was I going to try and do? Oh, I was trying to get up there, wasn't I? So, just for the moment. I don't know if I want to be standing on that when it completes. I don't know if it'll just like fling me up in the air or something if it suddenly expands a little bit. I don't know. Come on. Come on. 44 to go. I need to be standing on there to be able to build that across, so... of course, you know, underneath there's going to be a lot more floor, so... this will be accessible. Here we go. Brilliant. Right, so I can stand here now. So here... it's going to have a lot of T-shapes pointing outwards. So 6. No, not 6. That's the 6. Right. T's. Let's get them. That's the right way. Yep, it is. So we're just going to put a whole bunch of these on. Well, I'm going to put as many as I can on from here. I'm going to struggle from here actually. I'm going to have to do these all from downstairs. Yeah, I can't see. Right, there we are. Let's go all the way down. Clearly not. Oh, it's not Halloween without spiders. I need energy as well. They're both dead. They were making it for... yeah, they were making a run for the ramp, I think. Take you. Take you. Nice. Okay. Well, hopefully that means we don't have to worry about that anymore. Kelp. Let's put this all in the same spot. Right. Oh, while I'm here. Still doing that thing because I think it's because I'm dragging my mouse a little bit while I'm doing it. Right. Let's try and get these in. Now you can see here now it's... is it getting windy? Right. There's another hole. think that was the hole that was... Yeah, I think it got shot when we were going for the spiders. Maybe, I don't know. It's miles away from it though. There's probably going to be lots of little holes all the way around here. So, right, yeah, so... Let's make sure there's no more holes. Right. Yeah, it's going to come out a little bit. I mean, compared to the front, maybe just like a little bit. But then on the end of here, we're going to have the thruster. That takes up a whole spot. But the room itself can come out a little bit further, just maybe like another block or two, and we can alcove it. So all the room space will be below and possibly a little bit above this line, but most of the rooms to do with this will be next to them. So where the thrusters stop, we can either run ions, because this will be like the ion section, or we can run windows. Something along those lines, or running lights. I don't know. Something cool. We're making this up as we go along, but kind of just feeling it out as we go. I can't reach up there. Ugh. Problems. We're gonna have to just run this way across here now. Far enough. Ugh. Eyes are getting stingy. It means I need to stop soon. Right. Let's make sure that's correct. Yep. Oh, some of these actually going to have to pipe into there, so I think... Ah. Right, so this one here is going to have to connect up with that. Definitely. So that's going to have to be an X. Oh, they don't have an X in that one. So it's going to have to be a full conveyor junction. And I need interior plates to place that. And I can't reach to get them. So many problems. Can I just go across a little bit? No. Oh, that wasn't too bad. It could have been worse. I think I sort of dragged my face across all the blocks on the way down. That slowed me down. Right, so here, that goes there, and we'll pipe those together a little later on. Not right now. Oh, actually, no, we should really, because it just adds a bit of integrity, doesn't it? So we could probably go with... Now, there's going to be some sort of wall bit in there, so I probably should go with this kind, actually. Something solid like that. Straight one. Yeah. I need more steel plate. Bit more steel plate. I'm going to do it the safe way now, because I can't see because my eyes are stinging. Okay. We're going to weld this up on the next episode, I believe. The plan's all in. Is what matters most. We're going to need to get some up and forward and back thrusters in here at some point soon. It's just a thing. Needs to be done. Right. Make sure we got you the same way up. Okay. And now we can go back to T's. Oh, I should probably stick a couple of these on here, like these. Yeah, that's about as far as we need to go. I don't think we go all the way to the back one. T's, right. Let's make sure we've got these correct way. Yes. Did I do that right? Yeah. Conveyor, jump, yeah. And then back to T's. We need to make sure the right way around. Things can reset themselves. And then I need a standard conveyor junction here. I've gone the wrong way around. That's it. There. That's the way it's going to be. Okay, so next time we'll do the other side. And we'll weld all that up and then add in our extra thrusters. Ignore this bit, that's scaffolding. But we're starting to get a better feel for the size and shape of this ship. We're going to probably sort of taper that on both sides. Get some more of this sort of shape going on over there. Marvellous. Okay, let's get inside where it's safe. Ow. Don't want to do that. Ah, don't freeze, don't freeze, don't freeze. Please don't crash. Well, it crashed again. I've repeated everything I've done up to this point, so I think I'm going to leave it here. As we said before, I'm going to weld all that up and do the other side next time. Hopefully the game will have stabilised by then a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on with this. But yeah, so let's get back to safety again. You're looking wonky. Bit weird. Yeah. Please don't crash before I finish. I've saved it, so it's not the end of the world this time. So yeah, in the meantime, have a fantastic weekend, and whatever else comes between now and next time when I see you for another No Jetpack Survival. Bye.